Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death.
Yo, so we've dealt with the affairs of the living. I think it's time to
Speak to the dead.
Yeah. So are we skipping to later that night?
Later that night.
Has the priest fucked off yet?
Yes, he's down in the wreck. He's down. Ooh, well, if it's night.
Actually, maybe it's that afternoon.
That afternoon, while Theron is down scouting out the grounds to build a rectory.
Malcifer approaches the door to his cellar. Are you playing music through the disco yet?
Oh, I've been doing it all day.
Are you serious? Are you doing the Frofro disco or something?
I'm in the Dicing with Death disco. You're in it too. Can't you
did
hear
I mute
this?
myself? I don't know. No, I can't hear anything from disco. It doesn't look like you're saying.
You don't see the green circle around my face?
I do. Can the viewers hear music? I kind of want to hear music. You're not. I'm muted, but I should be able to.
What's my volume at for you?
How do I see your volume?
Right click on my face.
Yeah, it's like middle of the road.
Drag it to the right.
But I feel like it should be beeping at me or something. Did I turn Discord's audio down? This is probably not the time to be fussing with tech support. But super weird.
Excellent.
I don't know. Output device default. Anyways, you can go on talking, and I'll see if I can get myself some sound.
Malcifer heads down towards his. What is this room at the bottom of this trapdoor called? Your study? Your laboratory?
My cellar.
Cellar.
It's like a cellar laboratory, a basement laboratory. Yeah.
You head down to the cellar.
Mm-hmm.
It is all just as you had left. Nothing has been disturbed.
Okay,
Seems
so
like
the
door
first
has been shut
room.
the whole time.
Yeah. It's like it's a cellar. I think everything is in the back room for now. The first room is probably empty.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's the back room that has all of the fun stuff in it.
Well, all 22 undead.
They're crammed into
Waiting.
this back room, standing there, unblinking, doing absolutely nothing. Occasionally a zombie will let out a low groan, but the rest of the time they're just standing eerily. It's like something out of Westworld. There's lots of bodies standing in a large room.
It's come full circle. Instead of comparing the robots to the zombies, we're comparing zombies to the AI or whatever, or to the end.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So Malcifer is contemplating how to get some more of these. Right, there's a bunch of bodies that need collecting up in Northwest Gadia.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best thing to do would be to make some warrior skeletons that can follow more complex commands, or at least one, and send them to go retrieve said bodies.
How complex of commands can your skeletal warriors follow?
Oh, I don't have any skeletal warriors yet.
But
So
should you have them?
So I'm going to look amongst my skeletons and see if any of the bandit skeletons look robust enough to be converted to warrior skeletons, or are these brigands not suitable for such complex tasks?
They are warriors in life, and some of those life skills are deeply embedded in people. You know, you could even say it's in their bones. means to be a warrior. And you can
Is a
take a look
common
at that.
brigand a warrior, or does a skeleton warrior need to be
A skeleton warrior, the 3rd level skeleton, just needs someone who was a professional combatant, or someone who was frequently a combatant. And some of these brigands will do. Not all of them, but some of them.
All right. Well, I only have a couple of pigs, so
yeah, it looks like 3 of these skeletons.
ooh, and that
could
will take
be-
1 year of my life force.
Yes, it will.
Only 3.
Only 3.
You probably should have had me roll some sort of like check to identify how good a quality bones we're working with here.
I suppose we could have obscured it somewhat.
You know, in the wiki it said that at the end of last episode, Lord Rosegrove told me that everything had been quiet while I was away.
And it has been.
Lord Rosegrove is a liar. No.
Maybe your definitions of quiet are just slightly different. Might not be an outright lie.
Oh. Interesting. DJ Brandon just linked a table from DMG with hit die ranges for different professions.
Oh, yes. He
Interesting.
was arguing in chat earlier that wizards should something. It was an argument. He was proven wrong, and then this came in later.
Yeah, but it makes makes D8 the standard hit die for like a robust human. Right, and yeah, I know you've ranted about
your typical human has 1d6 HP, which is dumb.
But it looks like
that's less than
according
a
to this
goblin.
table, it's not a youth has D6 HP. And if
craftsman also has d6 HP, which would be full-fledged
that's probably
adult.
like a jeweler or something, someone that doesn't, right? I'm sure.
If you take a look at the monstrous manual, humans have d6. Manual
it's probably
laborer,
average,
soldier,
right? Like a housewife would have D6. Like a bureaucrat would probably have D6, but anyways.
I still say that.
I think this table is more in line with the way you've.
I still think a bureaucrat should have more HP than a goblin, or at least on par, rather than a goblin having 1 to 7 and a bureaucrat having 1 to 6. It feels weird.
I think bureaucrats would get murdered by goblins.
Maybe.
This is a tangent for another day.
Yes.
And cool. So I guess it probably doesn't take that long. I can do that in an afternoon while the
To what? Turn a skeleton into a warrior skeleton?
to upgrade these skellies. Did I maybe see a ritual in one of those books?
You can
right, so I'm looking at my skeletons thinking, how do I send them to go gather bodies without them causing a ruckus? Is a warrior skeleton going to be strong enough? I guess we'll make them.
Let's take a look at the bottom of that table, or that PDF you've got. Under the intelligence section, you can see the simple intelligence of your skeleton warriors. Let's see. They can focus on a single simple task made up of basic tasks. They can do simple logic, math, coordination, and conditional clauses. They can be given a series of orders and follow them. Such orders might be like tie these people up, fill these bags with sand, fell a tree to block the road, sharpen these stakes, dig a trench, row in sync with other creatures, etc. As for navigation, if you tell them to cross a river, they will look for a suitable crossing place, like they'll look for a bridge. Or you can give them a command like take a right at the first intersection and enter the third room on the right side. Or something like walk 5 miles down the road. That level of complexity they can do.
Are they strong enough to move bodies?
14 strength.
14 strength?
I believe.
As strong as me.
Yes, 13 strength. I'm sorry.
Oh. Still, that's...
Yes.
Each one is strong enough to drag a body. Zombos would be better for this, but they could not. Well, what would happen if I sent the Zombos to the northwest to collect bodies, but to not hurt anyone? That's probably too complex for ordinary undead, right? But a warrior skeleton could do something like that. Well, let's raise them first, and we'll find out. So I go consult whatever book I read this about in, like how to raise a
it's
skeleton.
in your grandmother's diaries. What is your grandmother's name?
Yes, it was Clarice, right? It was the one that that most of this information was from, right? And then someone between me and Clarice Clarice was the more recent one. Clarice kept the front cellar, right? And it uncovered these older books. Or am I getting it backwards? Do I have any of these names written down? I do not, but I'm sure it's in the wiki somewhere.
Yes, great-grandmother Clarice. She's the one who had the husband and kept him in the secret basement.
She was the master necromancer, right? And then there was a necromancer after her that sort of tried to recreate some of her experiments.
There was a journal written in a second script, yeah.
After the fact.
Yes. Did we ever find out who is the author of that journal?
I don't know that we did.
We'll figure it out eventually.
I go to Clarice's journal and note her experiments with swine sacrifice, right? Is that what she used to make her warrior skeletons, or is that just what I'm going to use?
It's what you're going to use.
Right.
Yeah. And the notes in the journal sort of are in line with what you had been thinking with regards to these creatures already. And there's a simple passage somewhere in there that says something to the effect of, I have found the bodies of sturdy men when empowered by my own life and that of a dog, produce more able, capable warriors. So you can use a pig or whatever. You're sure any medium animal would work. It's a little bit of a dog.
Tomas, bring me 3 pigs. So I emerge from the cellar, shouting for Tomas to fetch the pigs. And I will go ahead and I think God, how hard is it to get a pig down I guess I just hog tie them and.
Sure.
Is there a way to get them downstairs? Yeah, I have 14 strength.
You can throw them down the ladder. Or you can have Tomas help you lower them down. Or Lord Rosegrove. But it would be a 2-person job to get the pig down the ladder.
Yeah. Okay, so Tomas, I call Tomas over to get me the 3 pigs. Hopefully Carrie isn't back from her chicken errand yet.
She is not.
Okay, so
and
while
Tomas
she's
does bring you 3 pigs.
3 pigs, and together he and I hog tie them and lower them down the hatch into the cellar.
The pigs are down there.
Oh, and then I gotta get them back up.
The pigs?
Yeah, it'd be so convenient if Tomas would just come down and help butcher them for me.
Why don't you ask him?
I don't know. He was branded, right?
He's branded.
Maybe I bring the skeletons to him then. Does the ritual need to be done in the...
You need a clean space to work within. Yes.
Why not the kitchens, right?
Sure.
Thinking about this while we're hog tying the hogs. Tomas probably chasing them all. Well, I guess they're in pens, right? Oh, but yeah. Here, piggy.
Well, you get the piggies with you. You're going to bring
Tomas
down.
Way more of a hassle to lower pigs downstairs and then back up.
And once they're dead, you can just drag them up, right? It'd be difficult, but doable again with 2 people.
Yeah, I probably got a better. Okay, so I've probably got a better workstation in the basement. Seems better for rituals and experiments, what have you. So Tomas and Malcifer lower the 3 little piggies into the murder basement, squealing the whole way. that's awful. I still haven't gotten Discord. Oh, there's a doodle-doop. Is that me or you? That was me, right?
That's you. That's your own doodle-doop.
My own doodle-doop.
Yeah, what's it mean?
I don't know. It means I still haven't gotten Discord audio to work, or I'm not hearing you. Maybe if I like leave and come back. Is that a thing?
Yes, leave and come back.
Yeah. Still nothing.
Let me turn up the volume really loud. Do you hear this?
Poor chat. I hear coughing.
That's Lauren.
I'm gonna go ahead and quit and come back. Quit disco.
I can just run it through tabletop audio.
Well, no,
Or
don't you have all sorts
Roll20.
of?
Yeah, we'll be slightly less techie today. It'll be fine.
Well, keep it going through Discord for just a second. Let me see if restarting it. Did you already stop it?
It's going. It's going.
All right, and then all right. So Piggy's in the basement, into the back room. They probably don't like the undead at all, do they?
Oh no, they're
Zombo, get over here and help me with these pigs.
is Tomas here as well?
Zombo, and I say, Zombo, grab that end. I grab this end.
The zombie grabs that end of the pig. You grab the other end. Tomas stands quietly
Tomas
in
is
a
up.
corner.
No. Stop. Tomas is not here.
Okay.
We went with he lowers them into the basement. I shut the hatch behind me. And
Okay. He's not going to help you butcher the pigs.
No, I'll call him back in an hour with like the used pig carcasses.
Perfect. Okay. The zombie helps you bring the pigs into the appropriate place. Now let me ask you, can you just upgrade an existing skeleton into a warrior skeleton, or do you need to like destroy the existing skeleton and then reuse the bones? How does it work?
I was going to ask you that question.
I leave it in your hands. What do you think should be done?
I don't see why it seems weird to have to like break the skeleton and rebuild it.
Okay. You can just enhance the existing one.
I got audio in Discord. Oh wait, let me make sure.
No, you've got audio in Roll20. I stopped the Discord sounds.
I'm not in. Really?
You're not in Roll20 though. You're
I'm
still not in Roll20.
I'm hearing sounds.
Okay, you're clearly. You're getting
audio.
my sounds through. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Discord is still playing. So stop with the Roll20. We can use the disco. All it took was me restarting Discord and opening it back up again.
Wonderful.
Getting major camera lag, but it's fine. Everything's fine.
It's all fine. Perfect. Love it.
Indeed.
Everything is back to functioning appropriately. So, you spend some time. Tell me about what you need to do. Because the rules are sparsely written to give us like the bare minimum mechanics, but what other flavor on top of this is involved in upgrading your skeletons from regular skeletons to warrior skeletons?
Let's see here. You've got to sacrifice the pig. That seems to be the most tedious part, right? Mm-hmm. So I find, you come here, and I like pull over one of the warrior skeletons. We've got like altars, and there's tables and stuff, right? I'm like, lie down on this table, and I look around. Is there anything like hanging from the ceiling above this table already? Like,
there are some eye hooks in the ceiling, but they don't have anything going through them.
Yeah, but so I think we hang the pig from the ceiling above the table for the sacrifice, right?
Yes.
Squealing all the way.
Put on some pig squealing gorecore to represent the sounds.
What do you know about pig squealing gorecore, Neal?
Lyle,
okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm all about the gorecore. I can't. In my youth, I would could catch me at one of those shows, but Neal being hip to the scene lingo, I about 10 years behind with the times, but good stuff. Yeah. So we hang the
You hang the
sacrifice, hang the pigs.
Mm-hmm.
And shed their lifeblood. I've got to give up a year of my life in this process. I think it takes a lot out of you sacrificing a pig, right?
I think so, and giving up your part of your life is probably an intensive task as well.
It's just like part of the process, right? Do I have to give up a year? Do I have to like cut myself or anything, or can I just
No, it's spiritual energy.
Spiritual energy, yeah. So it just takes spiritual energy to sacrifice a pig, right? You're never the same afterwards. So I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice 3 years of my life. We'll do this 3 times, but one at a time, I think. And what do we? Probably I'm not using the executioner's bardish, right? It doesn't seem symbolic to execute the pig, right?
Right. That
Probably
seems...
like with a knife, I split its guts out.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe slash to the throat to drain the blood.
Is that how you're gonna do it? Just slit their throat over the skeleton?
I mean, it takes a while for it to bleed out, so it's restrained and hanging and squealing up the ceiling.
Yeah,
that was my best attempt at pig squealing gorecore.
Nice.
Yeah, so we split the belly, let the guts out, drain the blood from the neck, and sacrifice a year of my own spiritual energy.
Mm-hmm.
And
please mark it down.
Yeah, I've done so. And ultimately, it sounds like the eyes of the skeleton will glow violet with a bioluminescent coating. Does that occur immediately?
That is how you can tell the charm has worked.
It's a charm. This ain't no charm. This is necromancy.
Well, the enchantment, however you want to call it.
It ain't no enchantment. This is necromancy.
It's how you'd know the necromancy has worked.
But I thought it was interesting that you brought in bioluminescence. I mean, I guess that was life, and it is luminescing, so
yeah,
fair enough.
And it's that sort of glow that I want to get across. That sort of like faint. You know, I don't want to. The intensity is what I'm trying to denote with that adverb or adjective.
All right. And I have buckets down here, right? Or at least I can fetch buckets. So we do that 3 times. So I said, rise, I say to the warrior skeleton on the table.
It rises.
Bathed, baptized in blood and viscera.
Mm-hmm.
Its eyes now glow violet purple.
Mm-hmm.
Gather the viscera and pile it in that bucket. Next, and we find the next warrior skeleton and repeat said ritual. Lay it upon the table, bring over another pig. I guess we bring down the first pig, bring over a new pig.
Mm-hmm.
The first warrior skeleton is packaging up the pig bits for Tomas, along with the whole carcass for butchering.
And they can do that. You can give them nice abstract commands that they will follow. Your regular skeletons, if you say, like, scoop up the pig, it'll just, like, hold it in its hands. But this one understands well enough to, like, put it in the bucket.
And we raise the warriors not once, not twice, but thrice. We got 3 warrior skeletons. So I'm going to go ahead and convert on my spreadsheet. Already gotten rid of those pigs. Oh, and I need to recast my spirit armor. Thank you for reminding me, chat. All right, so 3 skeletons brings the total to from 11 down to 8. And now I've got skeleton warriors.
Beautiful skeleton warriors.
Skeleton, title warrior, number 3. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Oh, and they're going to get the best of the... Oh, they already have leather. And I just make sure they've got the best of the weapons. Leather / D8. I'll make sure they get like the swords or whatever, the mismatched arming swords, or the battle axe. The battle axe is up with the warrior. I'll save that for later.
Excellent.
Excellent. All right, and to the 3 of them, finish gathering the buckets and the hogs, and assemble in the front cellar room, and then I resurface. This whole process has taken probably a couple of hours. It's probably getting late into the afternoon. And once again, my leather coat is blood splat. Oh no, I had a separate working apron down here.
Right.
So I take that off and resurface. Although it's probably hard to keep from getting blood on the face.
Blood gets everywhere.
All right. What's going on the surface? Has Carrie returned?
No, Carrie has yet to return, but I think by the time you're done with the last skeleton, it is quite dark out. And as the last bucket of goop gets lifted to the surface, and Tomas, goes off to feed the pigs with the old pigs.
Well, no, Rosegrove takes the goop and uses it to make his patented rose fertilizer.
And Tomas is going to cure the pig or smoke the pig or use it for meat in some way.
Yeah, 3 pigs is probably a lot to handle. So he'll figure that out. He's got 3 pigs to butcher. It's going to be a late night for him. He was probably just thinking about what he was getting ready. Well, actually, he's been here for the whole process, huh? He knew he was in for a long one.
Yeah.
So he gets the 3...
He has 3 corpses that he's doing something with. Yes. And as you come back into your house, there's Theron. You've changed out of your bloodied work apron.
Yeah, I would have helped. I think I would have gone in through. There's probably a back kitchen entrance where Tomas and I took the pigs in through. I seal up the cellar. Do I have a lock on this thing? Can I get a lock for this thing?
For the cellar, you could. Handy? Yes, you can. You can get a lock.
Is there one handy, or?
Let's see if the house has a spare lock. Yeah, there's a spare lock lying somewhere around. It's probably on a chest or something that you can simply swipe it and replace it. No loss to the family.
All right. Okay, so I lock up the cellar, come in through the kitchen, and I probably slip from the kitchen up the stairs to my bed chambers to change out of these clothes into something fresh. And I come back downstairs to see Theron in the parlor.
Yes, he's in the parlor. He looks up at you. Without getting up, just gives you a polite nod. Good evening, Lord Winter.
Father, have you been at the chapel?
I have. The rectory plans are coming along well. I expect it'll be not a fortnight before it is done.
You've met Norman?
I have. He was most useful to me.
We've had a visit from the Corval family. They're to be recovering the late Lord's bones.
Yes, I did believe I saw an unfamiliar face here when I woke.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they expect to revisit justice. So, we'll see what comes of it.
He nods appreciatively.
Do I take dinner with the priest? Does that seem to be...
Yes, unsurprisingly, you guys are having pork chops for dinner tonight.
With rosemary. Delicious. Fresh from the, fresh off the farm.
Mm-hmm. Some small chatter happens about the goings-on, and later that evening, after dinner's been had and the two of you are maybe chatting, Theron says, I heard some strange sounds coming from the building next to the tavern. It looked like a private residence. Is there a sick woman in there? It sounded like she was badly wounded. Perhaps we should recall Lilith? Not to tell you how to run your town, my lord. I just fear that there's an ill woman inside. I went to ask, and the husband, a man named Jim, I believe.
Yes, Jim, the tailor.
Yes, he said that she was recovering slowly.
Yeah, well, I'll have Lilith see to it as soon as she returns and check in on things. She's still probably tending to that knight. What was his name? Whatever.
Yes, sir, whatever. It's a good thing your people have such a considerate and merciful lord. And I think the rest of the night passes fairly uneventfully.
Yeah, does the priest eventually excuse himself, go to bed, or is he a chatty Cathy?
No. He's a early to bed, early to rise sort of person.
Mm-hmm.
Quite the opposite of our Malcifer.
And I think we want to send those 3 skeleton warriors north to Gator Beach to recover the body
now
of the corpse maker.
The instructions go to Gator Beach are going to be a little bit more than they can handle. They don't quite understand such.
Yeah, I don't think I could give them directions to to recover the necromancer's body.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 20 miles.
Yeah.
Like, if I went with them now, like, I need to be here in case the Corvals return.
Yes, you would need advanced undead to fulfill a task like go get these things for me.
I want Zawzad's corpse. I feel like, is there something special you can do with a necromancer's body, or is that?
We haven't found it yet, but maybe.
Maybe later. I can probably track him down another time.
Okay.
I'm debating sending the warrior skeletons north with the instruction to not kill anyone, but to recover the bodies they find. So just send like the skeletons wandering towards Gator Beach.
That would be an interesting adventure.
Excited. But if I disguise them, I wrap them. So maybe that's what I'm gonna play with this night. I've got that spare non-weapon proficiency. I've been talking about working on embalming.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'm gonna disguise these skeletons even better than I've previously been disguising them, and just send them journeying north with the instructions to ignore any living thing. Send them generally north towards Gator Beach and with the instruction, to find the corpses of fallen undead and drag them back here.
Mm-hmm.
How much trouble could that cause? Ooh, I don't want to drag them back here, or is there a better meeting spot in between to pile them? We'll see what happens. So that night I dress up. I play dress up with my warrior skeletons in the cellar. Excellent. I collect a bunch of cloths, and I think I carefully wrap their bones, so that they're basically mummify them, or
Well,
wrap them head to toe. So you
just wrap the bones, their arms are going to be really thin. They're only going to be bone thickness, right? A zombie you could wrap and it would still look like a person, but if you wrap a skeleton,
the zombie's going to sting.
I mean,
I'll work on that eventually, but I want to disguise these warrior skeletons. So I'll probably spend the time to like wrap extra around the wrists or have it hanging loose in strategic places.
I see. So you're going to add some like false padding or something to their bones,
yeah, maybe.
And then wrap
and
that,
like
and then give them...
So I'm going to wrap them, and then I'll put them in full cloaks.
Okay.
I mean, if someone encountered them, they'd probably be like, "I met a man with glowing violet eyes," right? That wrapped head to toe and like it's
right.
Obviously suspicious, but hopefully they just won't interact with people. I mean, ideally they head north. They ignore anyone they see. Anyone that sees them is like, "Holy fuck, that's creepy," and ignores them. I think I'll command them to travel by night. And restaurant? No. How fast are these guys? Let's see. Pull up my PDF. I think it's just standard movement speed. Does it say somewhere? I got a lot of HP. Ooh, and they can use bows. Move 14. So they're slightly quicker. Oh no, regular skeletons are move 14. So skeletons in general are quicker than humans, right?
Slightly faster. Just fast enough that they will eventually catch up to you, because they can't run, but their regular movement speed is faster than walking speed.
Oh, they can't run. Okay.
Yeah. But, they don't need to rest either, so eventually they will catch up with you, no matter how quickly you move.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to send... Do you think... How much do I... Let's pull up proficiencies. Does it sound like embalming, or at least an application of embalming?
Does the blood embalm?
Should I the wrapping of the skeletons, the preparing of
I think embalming is more about preserving the flesh. So I think for the skeletons, it probably doesn't apply so much.
So then what is this?
Maybe why don't you just give me a charisma check to see... you make adjustments and stand back and look, is this passable? And then make adjustments and stand back and take a look.
Yeah. All right. And yeah, RD20 plus 13. 24. So do I get through all 3 skeletons over the course of this night?
Yeah. It's a long night of working.
If I send them out now, they'll probably clear the forest during the day. I can send them to that old ruined castle. Like they'll reach that old ruined castle by day. They won't be in Gator Beach till night. I can grab some corpses and pull them back. Yeah, so I think by right before dawn, I've got them finished and wrapped. Would giving them weapons make them more or less likely to be noticed? Or I don't think they take weapons with them.
Having weapons would definitely make them.
They will
noticed.
have leather armor built into their wrap, so they're probably wrapped head to toe in cloth, so no bones are visible. And then over that, they're wearing leather armor, and they've got leather gloves on, leather boots, and then a cloak on top of that. If there were places where it was obvious that they had skinny wrists, I would pad that. But they've also got gloves pulled on over that. Boots. So I get them all dressed up.
Excellent.
And I issue them north with the commands that I've rambled about. And so it's basically travel north for through the day and through the night. If you get to the shore, turn around. If you encounter any fallen undead, drag them back to the orchard. Ignore any living.
Okay, so ignore living things, bring back fallen undead things. Okay, and you send them north for a day and a night.
For a day and a night. So hopefully during the day they'll be traveling through the woods without anyone really around. And then by nightfall they'll be crossing the field. That field is that plain is relatively abandoned, right? There may be a few scattered villages that we'll see 3 black figures.
Yes.
And we'll see what comes up. I should probably put the word out amongst my hunters to look for if they see these black wrapped mercenaries to return that news to me. but I
The
don't know
word
if I'll
can
do
be
that
put
yet.
out?
I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
But thinking of it. And then by dawn, I'm like returning to the estate. Maybe I'll sleep through the day, and we'll see.
Okay. Well, why don't we take our second break? I think you have to take a longer one because you got to walk a doggo.
Yeah, I gotta head over there.
Okay, so
Take care of doggos. Probably like an hour. Let's do like an hour lunch break. Let's pick it up again at 1.
Okay, we're gonna take.
Does that seem? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I ain't got shit going on
Okay.
today. I'm gonna leave the stream
Either...
up. No, I'm gonna take the stream down if we're gonna be gone for an hour.
Is that better? Or you can, I mean, you can do something with stream while you wait for me, or...
I have plans to formulate, so I want to be planning off stream. So...
Okay, so stream
we're gonna
down.
bring it down. Yeah,
stream down, back at 1.
We'll be back in an hour. Yeah.
Maybe hang out and chat and tell people that show up to stick around, and spoilers don't matter, right?
Yeah.
Tune into the next half.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll be around.
Read the wiki.
Read the wiki. Something like
Get
that.
yourself caught up.
We'll be back in an hour.
All right. And catch you guys soon.
See you guys on the other side.
Bye-bye.